Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to talk about copper. It says riding the electric wave, copper in a renewable powered future, and how much copper they're going to use and the expansion of it. This is a pretty good diagram. I got it off, where did I get this off? Twitter, I think. Someone had linked it to me. So I'm going to go over it. So here's copper, and that's what we're going over today, copper. So it says global copper demand for alternative energy sources is expected to jump from 2.1 million tons in 2020 to 4.3 million tons in 2030. So here's 2020. We go around this circle here, and that's the increase in copper demand over time. And you can see power grids is the dark blue, EV batteries is the other one, which is massive increase in copper usage. Wind is also a pretty good increase. Solar's pretty good, and EV charging. EV charging goes from basically nothing to an okay amount. So that is the copper, we'll call it demand from the renewables, just to show you what that demand looks like and how much larger 2030 is in comparison to 2020. Massive move over the next 10 years. So how should we play this? What should we be looking for? So what I've got is the copper's futures. This is the price of copper. And what I've noticed over time is you get these 1, 2, 3 humps, and then we get a clear break out of the pattern. Well, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3 humps out of this funnel pattern, break to the upside, and we're creating another funnel pattern up in the right-hand corner here. When we have this, we usually have a 3-wave move, and I believe that this is the first leg of a three-wave move. It's first wave, the third wave's the largest, and then a fifth. So we're still have a ton of runway ahead of us in terms of movement of copper. And we're about to break this all-time high here very soon. When we broke this all-time high, that's when it ran. It paused for a little bit, just like we're pausing here for a little bit, and then we broke and moved on to a third wave. So this is a first wave, a third wave, and then it bounced around, came back, and this is the fifth wave of the ultimate high. And it's important to understand this because once you know that these things do 3 humps and you get the first, the third, and a fifth wave, you can kind of gauge where to sell. And it also increases confidence to hold your investments. So this, in my opinion, is a first wave. And then we're going to get a third wave leg, which is the largest of the moves coming right in front of us. So coming down into the a 1-year time frame, you can see this pattern. 1, a 2, and then I got to miss. This 2 should be all of this, and then the third one's this little guy. And then we moved up. It came on back here, and we're about to launch higher, I think, at any point. That's for copper itself. Now, I'm going to look at some of these more copper-specific companies. BHP's got a lot of copper, I think. Looking at it from a big picture view, again, I'll put in these waves. 1, and this is just to show you kind of how this repeats. 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3. We've got 1, 2, and then third wave. So that's or not wave, the moves. Third, we got a inverse head and shoulders there. I'm going to zoom in here on the 5-year. This is the reverse head and shoulders. We popped out. We came back for a return move, and we're doing that return move right now, that back test. And you can see it on a big picture view. Here's the return move down here. So I would be cost averaging in right now if you guys like BHP. It looks pretty good. Now looking at Glencore, it's back out here. This is again a 1, a 2, and then a third, and it's going to break to the upside on it. Sometimes it doesn't do the return move on the third, it just breaks. Zooming on in, we broke out above it, and we're still above it. We did a return move. I think Glencore looks excellent to enter here. So looking at Tech Cominco, what do you guys see? This is what I see. 2 there, 1 there, third there. Got 1, 2, 3. We broke to the upside here of the move. Zoom in, and we could come and do a return move for a retest. Maybe not, but it looks really good right here for Tech Cominco. Here's FCX. There's your 1, 2, 3. A break to the upside. This is your first leg. We are dancing there, just like the price of copper. You can draw this in here. It's a descending wedge that we just broke to the upside, which would be a perfect buying opportunity. 1, 2, and 3, and then we break. So FCX looks absolutely excellent. What about SCCO? Looking in here, here's the 1, the 2, and the 3rd leg. We broke to the upside. We're doing a retest. I would buy it right here, right now. It looks absolutely fantastic. Zooming in, what do we have here? A 1, a 2, and a 3 on top of the pattern. And this is going to look something like that. Back out. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to see a break here at any point. Very, very soon, I think. So what I would be doing is loading up right on here. It's a good time to buy if you guys want SCCO, Southern Copper Corporation. Cell 32, zoom out. I don't really see too much here, but it's probably a 1, a 2, and then a 3rd might be coming. Tough to say on that one. Here's Anglo-American Platinum. And what do we see here? We're going to put this in here. Here's a 1, a 2, and a 3 with a blowout to the downside. This was a gift if you wanted to buy down here. And then we're moving on up, zooming in on it. We've got a 1, a 2, and then a 3. And we've got this fanning pattern. Whenever it tilts downward, that's when we could see a big break to the upside. It's a continuation pattern. And we're right on long-term resistance here with this line underneath it. That's what this long-term support line is. So over here, if you guys like this, this is where I would be looking. We got another fanning pattern here. I can draw that in just to show you. We got that there. We got another one kind of there. And then we've got this kind of blowout there. This would essentially, if I can drag it up, it extended that one, but it'd probably be something like on the lines of like that. But you get these fanning patterns as they go down and it moves higher. Impala Platinum, just to do some platinum ones, because they don't really fit in anything. Let me draw the line in here. 1, 2, and then the 3rd. So you got 3 humps, a breakout, and then we got the fanning pattern, which is a continuation pattern to the upside. You can maybe look for those humps as well. They're kind of jumbled all around, but this is a continuation move to the upside, is what these fanning patterns are when they're pointed downward. We always want, it's bullish if they're pointing downward in a descending fashion, and then we'll see the break to the upside. So that's what we can do PLG here as well. Here's PLG 1, 2, 3. The fundamentals were bad, so it went on down. Let's zoom on in on this side here. We could maybe even see a 1, 2, 3. Still scribing these all out. And then Nova, this is a newer copper nickel company. Here's your 1, 2, 3 pattern. We are right towards the bottom of this pattern. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for a break to the upside. I've been accumulating it all on this second one down here, and I would be accumulating it now if you guys like this company. And zooming on in, you can kind of see what this thing looks like and what we're doing here. And maybe we're looking for patterns within patterns. And it's looking like it's coming. It's getting a little bit stronger here. We'll see where this thing ends up. If you guys can pick this off in this 230 to 220 range, or 238 to 226 range, that would be a good area to try to get to snab some if it comes back down for Nova royalty. That's what I have for today. That's nickel, and I threw a couple, or that's copper. I mean, it's mainly copper companies. Anglo-American Platinum has copper in it. And Impala is more platinum. and PLG has more platinum in it, platinum group metals. So if you guys like these setups, I do. The ones I would be choosing, I would be buying Southern Copper right now, Glencore. There's a whole bunch that I would be buying. Nova Royalty looks really good. They've got the patterns. They're right there at the tip. It's a low risk, high reward entry point, in my opinion. And I'm buying continually in these. The price of copper itself looks fantastic to move higher in its third wave. The third wave is the longest leg. So I suspect that copper is going to do incredible things coming up here over the next maybe year or two. This is going to be a big move. So you better be ready for it. Hopefully you guys have some investments in it. If not, that's okay. It's whatever you guys decide. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.